Everybody, this is Jim at SP500chart.com using time-honored techniques to understand modern markets, featuring daily technical analysis videos of S&P 500. Just want to remind you that this video and website are for educational purposes only. Nothing stated in either is intended to be used as investment advice. I can draw line charts, but you have to draw your own conclusions from your own research and make investment decisions that are suitable for your personal financial situation. Remind you again, I'm not a licensed professional, just a guy who draws lines on charts. So let's take a look at the S&P 500. Okay, I've got to do this kind of quickly, but I think what is said about this pattern over the past couple of weeks, there's been a little ambiguity with it, and that ambiguity is, where is the major support line in this pattern? Is it this purple line, or is it this red line? And my original inclination was it is this red line. And you know something? Yesterday's action where this purple line right here was taken out really very easily, and seeing what happened today, I'm going back to this red line as being the important line. And what that would make this pattern would be either a symmetrical triangle or a head and shoulders with a premature breakdown, a recovery, and then a for real breakdown. So if that is the case, then we can look for the S&P maybe to gain a little bit more tomorrow, and if and when it does, then this line should be strong resistance. Additionally, this little line right here, drawn over the last two peaks, should also offer some resistance. So, you know, if you're short, I think I'd stay short. I think I'd wait for this little pullback, maybe add to positions here. If it climbs back into this pattern again for the second time, then you know, we have to, if that happens, we just have to make a call. Is it worth waiting for it to touch this to see if it's going to turn back down? I think it all depends upon how long range you are in your positions. If you're a day trader and you get above this line, you know, you might want to take a loss because you're a day trader. But if you're longer term, I think you recognize that this market has turned over and in all likelihood will head down to the low thousands, mid thousands, at least 1,050 or so, and I think probably into the 1,020s. So really nothing has changed to make this a bullish chart. Again, look at this line right here as resistance, this as support. A premature breakdown back in late September, but then in late September a recovery back into the pattern, and then it got slammed down for what is an unmistakable breakdown out of this pattern. And now I think we're going back for that pullback to this red line. I'm sticking with my short that I had from yesterday. Small positions to starter. I'll take a look at it tomorrow, may add to that. But you do what you think is right for your trading style. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on with the S&P. And to remind you, if we use this, if we measure the height of this pattern and we look at it as a symmetrical triangle, then that means we are looking for a move. In this case, it would be right around 1040. Minimum, but I still think more than that. And the reason I changed from 1050 to 1040 is if this is a triangle, you measure the height of the pattern from the first reactive move. If this was, if it's a head and shoulders pattern, then you measure the height of the head right here, and that would take us to roughly that, to roughly that 1050 area. So there's just a fair amount of raggedness to this pattern. Nothing is lining up just so, but I think it's pretty clear in the general shape of things that what we're dealing with is we're dealing with a pattern that clearly broke down yesterday, recovered in a very swift move. And let me remind you that these snapback rallies, these pullback rallies, can really put the fear of God in a short, because it's almost as if to say the markets just snap back to the point to where they broke down, and they do that sometimes very swiftly, particularly when it's an upside breakout and you're going to test the resistance that to see if it's going to hold as support. Now remember, what is kind of our little rule is that when you discover a true and valid support line, and I am now treating this as if this is the support line, and that's the line I had at the very beginning. So how often is it that your first hunch or your first impression of something is the correct one? But I'm saying that if this is a valid support line that was broken, that should now offer us some resistance. So let's see what happens tomorrow. And good luck to everybody. I want to thank you if you're looking at this video and it is October 5th. You're seeing it on the 5th because you subscribed to SP500chart.com. If you're looking at it and it's Friday, well, you can always subscribe, and that way you could have seen this video on Wednesday. But enough about that. I want to thank those of you who have signed up. Really, I'm very pleased with the number of people and how quickly people recognize the value of the site, and I really thank you for that. And I hope you'll bear with the markets as we're kind of working through some real squilliness here. And I think eventually we're going to come out of this pattern, and again, my hunch is about 70% that well, should be more than that now, probably 80% that this pattern does result in more downside. But when you're in this kind of long, drawn-out consolidation, what the heck is going to happen thing, it's always full of surprises, and we have seen some surprises. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching the video. I'm doing this a little bit before 5 o'clock, and after I get done, I'm going to update the website. That may not happen a little bit later tonight, so hopefully you'll get this fairly soon. And thanks again for watching. Remember, come spend a little time at SP500chart.com, where we've got a forum and we have some pretty lively discussions. So thanks again.